recently this year I've been taken into going to poetry readings and going into spoken word things. And I was out last night reciting poetry around the campfires, and I ran into a man who told me that he had played drums with Jack Kerouac at the very first jazz poetry reading ever in New York City. I'd like to bring that person up. Thank you. I seen Jack Kerouac in the back parking lot of a Stop and Go. He was pouring wild turkey in a Slurpee, sitting on the hood of a Yugo. We went on the road on a changeless scene. Headlights rolled past my eyes like the rolling flash of a Xerox machine. Have we all gone blind from polystyrene signs, endless replications of strip mall situations, fast food attitudes, and telemarketing platitudes? What have you done to my road? What have you done to my America? The interstate made the United States of Generica. I seen Walt Whitman and Woody Guthrie on the front seat of a '74 Camaro. They were going down the road feeling bad from bad burgers, ordering food from a drive-through window. With holy synchronicity and the luck of a tramp, we found ourselves on the same on-ramp. When somebody talked to me about serendipity, we ran our caravan into the parking lot of a Piggly Wiggly, where we all stared in awe at a postage stamp of Elvis. Well, we all believed that he was the king, though I think we could agree that poetry has got no time for monarchy. I heard a street corner poet say, rock and roll was once a threat, but now it's a time-life anthology. But rock and roll will live forever, Jack. It lives on in the form of music. That's why I am shopping for eternity. Walt Whitman went wild on the pharmaceutical aisle. It was number 21. And he did depart with a shopping cart full of multicolored condoms. And he said, I sing the body electric. I sing the body electric. I sing the body electric. But I do it safely. William Blake hitchhiking on old Route 66. I said, is it better out there in the sticks where there's not a sign of a Kmart? Did Mom and Pa sell the family store? Are they now employed at the Walmart? But he said, don't despair, there's poetry everywhere. We clicked up the electric windows and flipped on the air, told stories about hitchhiking across North America, quoting Baudelaire, who said, if you're gonna get drunk, stay drunk. If you're gonna get drunk, stay drunk. On wine, on virtue, on poetry. William Blake once said, I saw in a single grain of sand an epiphany. Why, you could see eternity in a single grain of NutraSweets. But I'm going down the road feeling bad, going down the road feeling bad. I am going down the road feeling bad. But you know, Woody, like you taught me, man, I ain't gonna be treated this away. Cause I seen Jack Kerouac in the back parking lot of a Stop and Go. He was pouring wild turkey in a Slurpee, sitting on the hood of a Yugo. I would like to thank Shannon for singing harmony. I'd like to introduce Art Kershaw from the Craft Crew. And Amanda Stark from Hospitality, my girlfriend and traveling partner. Amanda and I have been traveling around the continent together for the past year and a half, and my car doesn't have a radio. I don't know if you guys have seen my truck. You couldn't hear it if it had a radio anyway. But so one of the things that we do for each other as we're riding down the road is that Amanda will sing songs as I'm driving, and I'll sing songs to her. And she reads to me, reads from the newspaper or reads from books. And not too long ago, we were traveling through Oklahoma, and Amanda went into this Woody Guthrie song as we were traveling through. And after she finished the Woody Guthrie song, she just reaches over and pulls out a copy of The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, and she started reading that. And as we got closer to the Oklahoma-Texas border, we pulled into a convenience store, and she pulled a copy of the Dallas Morning News and started reading me an article about the revolution in Mexico. And for some reason, the three things, I really couldn't tell the difference between them. And this is a Woody Guthrie song. The Grapes of Wrath, and in this hand I hold the Dallas Morning News. And the land fell into fewer and fewer hands. The number of the dispossessed increased, and every effort of the great owners was directed at repression. The money was spent for arms, for gas, to protect the great holdings, and spies were sent out to catch the murmurings of revolt so that it might be stamped out. And in Chiapas, rebels used NAFTA as a tool to recruit peasants. Zapatista rebels hiding in the mountains are trying to win new recruits by denouncing the North American Free Trade Agreement. For once, California belonged to Mexico, and it's land of Mexicans. And they could not resist because they wanted nothing in the world as fanatically as the Americans wanted land. But the rich people have ranches of 10,000 acres, and the peasants do not have 1 square meter. The tenant system won't work anymore. One man on a tractor can take the place of 12 or 14 families. You'll have to get off the land. The plows will go through your dooryard, and an incredible number of people will be displaced and will head for Mexico City or the United States. A way of life is ending. Cropland isn't for little guys anymore. We have no highways. We have no services. We farm with factories. We farm with picks and shovels. And the great owners formed associations for protection. They met ways to discuss, to intimidate, to kill, to gas, and always they were in fear of a principle: 300,000. If they ever moved under one leader, that would be the end. 300,000, hungry and miserable. If they ever know themselves, the land would be theirs, and all the gas, all the rifles, all the bombs in the world would not stop them. And the reforms have been set in motion, a process that will eliminate a significant number of farmers. One man, one family, driven from the land. I lost my land. A single tractor took my land. I am alone. And in the night, one family camps in a ditch. Another family pulls in. 2 men squat on their hands. Here is the note, you who hate change and fear revolution. Keep these 2 men apart, for 2 men are not as lonely and perplexed as one. Make them hate, fear, suspect each other. For here, I lost my land is change.